Cool. I think we are live. Yeah, there we go. Hello, I'm Sunset Carson Appleton. As you may already know, these are my chambers. I'm here to review some Gatorade for y'all and answer questions, shoot the shit, you know, nothing fancy. Gonna try to keep track of who's around, but it's kind of hard with my current apparatus. How do I do that? Okay, maybe I'll do it this way. Yeah, hell with it. Hell with flattering angles. I gotta be able to see y'all. Anyway, so the Gatorade, yes. This is Gatorade Flow. We talked about Flow in my last review. It's sort of, as I said, perhaps slightly controversially previously, it's sort of the spiritual successor to the Rain series. This is Gatorade Flow Tidal Punch. It's sort of, I'm going to try to get it into better light so that you can take a look. Hi Artemis. Big shout outs to Artemis, and I'm trying to keep track of comments again, but like I said, yeah. So Gatorade Flow Tidal Punch. It's sort of green. It's like a clear green, like again, sort of like the Rain series. It's this translucent color, like the how do they advertise them? I never watched the I never drank the low-cal ones. I guess it's just called low-cal. I don't think this is seafoam. I think it's a little darker. I'd call it aqua. It's slightly bluish green. It's an inoffensive color. I think it's perfectly reasonable. I don't like the color of like the green apple. I don't think I've ever had the green apple. Maybe if someone like shoots me some bucks on Patreon or something, I'll try green apple sometime. But until then, I think I'm gonna hold off on it. Yeah, aqua along with the pink. It's very aesthetic. I think it's pretty vaporwave friendly. It could definitely be embraced by the vaporwave community. You know, like Crystal, Pepsi, shit like that. No. Hold up. If I'm going to review a Gatorade for y'all, it's going to be at least the cost of the Gatorade. Oh, y'all like this one? Anyone who already has opinions of Gatorade Tidal Punch, let me know, and we can bounce it off of one another. I liked Crystal Pepsi. Crystal Pepsi was a unique drink to me in that I felt like, oh, if you send it to me, I'll definitely review it. I'll shout you out too. Crystal Pepsi was unique to me in that it felt, I liked to be drinking it rather than like specifically enjoying the flavor, but it felt slightly less syrupy than classic Pepsi. So I don't know if that's psychological because it's clear or not, but I rather liked it. I can't read that whole comment, Marlo, but I think I see where it's going. Anyway, expiration date October 16th, 2 days before my birthday. I didn't realize that Gatorade doesn't keep for that long. Again, with Yeah, I prefer Coke over Pepsi. Um, Pretty much 9 times out of 10. That's definitely true. Pepsi things I like. I like Pepsi Blue. I miss that one. I don't really see people talk about Pepsi Blue. But it was definitely it was definitely unique and tasty. I don't know if I would like it now because like in my brain's tongue thinking about Pepsi Blue, it kind of seems sickening sweet because my tastes have shifted since I was like 12, 11 or 12 I think I was when Pepsi Blue was around. Anyway, I love vanilla Coke. Vanilla Coke is just tops for me. Yeah, so I haven't even gotten around to the actual central focus. I love shooting the shit about beverages specifically. I mean, I'm kind of a consumer whore, admittedly, but like I especially love rare beverages, unique beverages. I've got a bottle of Moxie in the fridge that at some point I'm gonna get around to going live and chatting with y'all about because I haven't had Moxie since I was 14 and I hated it at that time. 15. I was 15. But yeah, I would like to play some music, but I'm afraid of getting zucked if I do. If anyone knows for sure how I would or would not get zucked, then I will gladly put on some music. So I have a lot of vinyl here. I think maybe like the weird crackles and waveforms, they might mess with algorithms that pick up that pick up things to get removed to auto flag. So some of y'all probably know this. Artemis is talking about this right now, but Sonic Adventure 2, the soundtrack to that video game was the first physical CD that I ever bought. Zucked, Daniel being removed. It more often refers to people getting banned or kicked from Facebook for some variety of violation, often or having their name being banned or forced to change their name because they're not using their real name on Facebook, things like that. But it also applies if I were to, get this stream killed for playing music that I don't own. Okay. If there are no further questions, I'm going to crack this one. I have a little water to cleanse my palate because I've been drinking decaf. Okay. That's that. Oh, I think it might be because I'm talking about it, but it vaguely reminds me of the fruitiness of Pepsi Blue, of all things. I feel like I'm thinking of out of any Gatorades that it's similar to. I'm smelling Rainberry. Rainberry is kind of a funky one because it's a pretty watery flavor, but I rather like it. I know some people who are definitely fans of it. Was this the moment? Because I'm still talking about the aroma. I haven't even tasted it yet. I'm just smelling a lot of Rainberry. It's very similar, but it might be more flavorful or bolder than Rainberry. I don't know. They still make Rainberry, so there's got to be some differentiation. Okay, let's for real this time. Yeah. Definitely reminds me of rainberry. Again, I like that flavor. It's the Flow series, so it's not very aggressive. Not that Gatorade tends to be super aggressive, but it's not super sweet. Gets a little bit syrupy on the aftertaste there. Definitely some stuff lingering on the palate. I'm trying to change my tongue placement up a little bit so that I can adjust the flavors that I detect on it. The texture, the texture is mostly non-viscous. Like I said, when it finishes, it's just a little bit syrupy, like on the back of the tongue. I mean, I'm not done. I can hang out as long as y'all like. I will continue to drink this in front of y'all, talk about beverages, talk about this beverage. It's like I'm trying to place something I haven't quite reached exactly what I'm finding in this. A hard alcohol that I generally don't tend to think that pairing Gatorade with an alcohol, like as a mixed drink, tends to be a good idea. When you do, I'd suggest something when or, if you choose to do. I suggest something clear, definitely. Probably vodka. I mean, there are certain flavors that maybe if you like living on the edge or being a trash queen, which I am sometimes, maybe tequila with certain flavors. Speaking of that, I might do lime cucumber sometime. I'm sure you would be interested in that, or some folks would. Anyway, all 8 of you, because that's about the most unique Gatorade flavor I've ever had. But in general, pairings for Gatorade, Cheez-Its. Anybody had that new Hershey bar? Has anybody had that new Hershey bar, the Hershey Gold bar? Because that shit is good. I would definitely eat one of those with this Gatorade, which is, again, for those just tuning in, Tidal Punch. Yeah, the it's caramelized creme with peanuts and pretzels. It's pretty good. It was better than I expected it to be. Those aren't things that generally appeal to me, but to each their own. I think it's a good addition to the Hershey bar family. There was something a moment ago. Somebody said, "Oh, I've been drinking the punch. I told you all about the punch. I'm trying to see if new flavors are arising as I go through it, but I gotta say, like, the rainberry is very much, it's similar to that. The more I taste it, the more it's not as like watery as rainberry. It has a little bit more of a citrus element to it. Like, obviously, rainberry doesn't advertise any citrusness, but as a punch of sorts, this has elements of berry flavor and citrus flavor. Higher quench value. I think I in general think that the Flow series have been better at quench than most of the flagship ones, and definitely better than the Frost ones. Although I love the Frost series, especially the original discontinued ones. And Riptide Rush is one of my favorite Gatorades, but they're not as quenchy. No throat burn. Definitely going down and staying down smooth. I think the most quenching Gatorade that I can recall having with certainty was the lemon ice, which happened to be one of my favorites ever. It was like forever ago. It was a flagship flavor. For those who don't remember, it was like one of the big, I think maybe original ones, or at least like fairly early on it was introduced. And in 2015, they had an exclusive deal with 7-Eleven to distribute lemon ice Gatorade again. And I live in Asheville, North Carolina, and we don't have 7-Elevens. The closest one's, I think, about 90 minutes away in my North Carolina hometown. So I would go down there and get tons of lemon ice Gatorade because it was so good. I remember, like, the first time I had it, I was visiting a friend in Charlotte, and I stopped at a 7-Eleven. And, like, anytime I'm at any convenience store or even grocery store, I have to check the refrigerators. I have to see if there's any weird beverage that I haven't had before, especially if I'm in an area where I don't live. But just in general, I'm always in there. I'll always look at the Gatorades and see if there's like a color that I don't recognize of Gatorade. I'll look at Snapples, the Pepsis, the Cokes, and just like see if there's any weird new thing that I gotta try, because I'm just like so fixated on that for whatever reason. That's just a part of who I am, I guess. Quench factor, long way around the barn, back to your question. Quench factor, this is one of the more quenching Gatorades that you can get on the market in America today. For that, I do recommend it particularly. I'd say the rains that are still available are about the quenchingest Gatorades that you can get. I haven't had the organic ones yet. That's going to be another one that I might take a video for y'all of, maybe a side by side or something. So as I as I go through it a bit more, it's a little more of the citrus is poking through, and maybe it's just because I remembered, or I recognized it, and then it just, like, it's making more of an impression on me. But yeah, overall, I rather like this one. I don't know if I'm gonna come back to it like again and again, but I think I like it more than the pineapple mango that I did a video on a while back, a couple weeks ago. So I'd probably pick it over that one, given the opportunity. I think artificial pineapple is a little weird. But this isn't like a new frontier of goodness for Gatorade or anything. That said, still a good product. If you thought Rainberry just didn't take it there quite enough, I recommend it. If you feel like Fruit Punch or Citrus Cooler is a little too flat or sweet, I'd recommend it. If you are aesthetically oriented, you would probably look good drinking this compared to a lot of Gatorades, I think. I kind of wish that it had. I much preferred the tall bottles with the nipple top over these, but other than that, aesthetically speaking, I think it's one of the more pleasing ones available right now. Yeah, I think that covers it for the time being. Thanks for hanging out with me, and if y'all have any other beverages or weird snacks or anything that you want me to hang out and talk about sometime, get with me after this, and I'll be happy to do that. Have a good night, y'all.